truly believe to be successful with like anything in life, you got to be obsessed to it at some extent. I vividly remember waking up out of my sleep last night doing a sales call for some kind of service I was selling to another business for my business. There's times in the past where my dad would wake me up like super early in the morning when he would go to work at like 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and he would tell me like the next day when I would see him that he heard me like trying to sell stuff to people, or he just heard me talking business, and I'm like, I don't remember doing that. But last night I woke up out of my sleep and I literally woke up, but I remember seeing it in my sleep. I was like on a screen and I was like mapping out to another business like where they could go from what we could help them with. That's just an example, but it's just because my mind is racing about it all the time, like trying to figure things out to help other businesses or to help my business grow and make as much money as possible. It's honestly not healthy because I don't want to wake up out of my sleep in a freaking sales call. If I wake up out of my sleep, it better be to get out of bed and get ready for the day, or it better be because maybe I need to get up and go pee or get a drink of water. But either way, besides the point, I feel like you do have to be obsessed to an extent, like I said at the beginning of the video. But waking up out of your sleep in sales calls, going over business meetings, all of that stuff, is kind of crazy, and it shows that it does kind of consume me, which is not a good thing. So that's something I'm going to be working on, but I am here admitting the wrong. A lot of people will see that and be like, yeah, I'm so obsessed with business. I woke up out of my sleep in a meeting, going over a business, overview. I'm so obsessed. I'm going to be so successful because I woke up out of my sleep because of this. Bro, I am not going to sit here and tell you guys that. I'm going to admit that the, work and the money and the finance stuff is consuming me, and it shouldn't be. The number one thing I should be focused on is my relationship with Jesus Christ, my future wife, my health, my kid, my son that I have right now, and then obviously the business, because money is a tool that we can use. But you still have to be obsessed to a certain extent in terms of, making sure, you can get it done, because a lot of people will half-ass it and it takes them 5 times longer to get a little bit of results rather than, actually putting in the work and being obsessed with it and waking up out of their sleep and sales calls and stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't wish that on anybody because it's kind of weird. I woke up and I realized that, and I'm like, geez, dude, I really got to get to where I need to be in life and business and making money and stuff. But it's not a good mindset to have because we all have a different path. God's plan, purpose, and will is a lot bigger than ours. Like, you may plan to make, let's say, $500,000 in profit a year within the next 2 years, but little do you know, God has you to make $500,000 profit within the next year and not the next 2 years. But you never know. It could be a lot better. It could be a lot worse. Just trust his plan and purpose and will for you instead of your own.